3, 2, 1.
Welcome all to our last interview of the weekend, but it is the most appropriate last interview of the weekend. We are at BBW FanFest 2013, getting ready to kind of close down things this afternoon. We are with Platinum Puzzy. Her and Desiree Devine put this all together, and I can tell you it was another fabulous event. We have, again, for the second year, had not only won twice, thank you, but we also had a great time here. It was
awesome.
We sure did.
Yeah, you know, it's ironic because we were the last interview last year.
Yeah, it should be. Okay, but you know what? I think this year you're a little more spry than last year because last year was, I think,
ragged last year.
You know what? I'm becoming more in charge. I have a very pleasing personality. This year I was much more directive.
It's like
I knew what I wanted,
and you're going to do it. And you had a lot of volunteers to help you this year, which
I did. I was a little leery about the volunteer idea, and it didn't work out in some situations, but in most it did. Rachel was amazing, and we want to thank Plumper Pass for being our official award show sponsor. It was an amazing show, and Cam4 for being our title sponsor for the trade show. So, and we love the new design this year. I mean, we do too. Yeah, we were concerned. We, you know, obviously with us taking over the financial, and we've said it a lot of times, but we need people to know that this is done on private personal funds. And there's not a lot of them. And so, you know, it was tough trying to make it look as close to professional as last year because, you know, it was
you guys did
money, so
damn good
it was
job.
hard. It was really hard. And so one of the things that we didn't do was the pipe and drape because it was expensive. It's got to be unioned, and it really took away from the intimacy of the show.
You know what? With us doing our hustling for our motorboat booth, it made this whole room without the pipe and drape feel like a big party. Everybody was just involved with each other, and that was a lot of fun.
You could see what was going on across the room. If you saw that, you know, like when Norma Stitz was doing photos with people, you could see that she was doing it. So if you were in one place, you could go over there and you didn't miss it, and you could come back. It was very, I like it open like
yeah, this is definitely very close to the floor plan we'll use for next year. It was very successful, so we were glad. But you know, when you're leading up to something, you have an idea of what you want, and you know that the thing also is you know what people expect. And so for us, it was really difficult to make decisions because we didn't want to compromise people's expectations and have them come and be disappointed. So it was really great to hear the mass majority say, "Oh my God, it looks so much better this year." You know, it's really wide open. And it's nice because if you're a vendor and you see something going on, you can actually see it without having to leave your booth. So it gave a lot of people an opportunity to still see the things that were going on all over the floor without having to abandon their booth. So I'm really excited. I think we had a very successful show, and definitely not without its blood, sweat, and tears, but it was so worth it. I'm so hoarse. I didn't even present an award. I didn't have the mental capacity to do it, but everything has been fabulous, and we want to thank you guys. Congratulations on your award, by the way.
Thank you. We're so excited.
You guys really worked for it. I mean, you know, aside from the fact that you guys were really promoting the voting, obviously. You could tell, you know, because we have like date stamp time, and we could talk about this now because, you know, it's after the awards, but we have time and date stamps on all the voting. So it was funny because after the Sunday show, like Sunday night and Monday morning, you'd get all these votes, and then it would be kind of lull for a while, and then all of a sudden it would be Sunday night, and then bam. So I was like, okay, we know what's going on. And then sometimes those would be the reminders. We'd get an email notification that someone voted for you, and then it'd be like, oh shit, we're supposed to be on Sin City, and we really apologize. I know we were supposed to be on every week, but you know what? We are such terrible time people. So.
Well, you did a lot of traveling, and you did a lot of just
promoting.
I mean, it was all the two of you. This year, it was just you guys.
Just us.
That's it.
Just us.
So we fully understand. We talked about it even though you couldn't call in, but you know.
I really appreciate you guys understanding, but it wasn't just us actually. It was everybody. Everybody, you guys, and everybody who's helped. You know, we simply provide the space and make it happen financially, and we do the organizing, but it's you guys that make it happen because you guys are the ones that tell people what's going on. You're the ones, you know, and everybody involved. The Cupcake Girls are amazingly supportive. Yes, absolutely. They're awesome. Denise from Naughty PR and Pete Housley from Porn Star Tweet. I mean, the list goes on and on. We could be here all day thanking everyone, but, you know, we want to make sure everybody gets the proper
Kudos.
Our event program was successful this year. It actually made it to print. Via Desiree at all hours of the freaking morning. So that's why she's kind of been absent, is she's, you know, she hasn't been feeling too well. So it was better that she was away from the general public and was printing and, you know, taking care of
the background work.
She was doing the background work. So although her face was not in the place, it was definitely in presence. So
well, we want to thank you guys for letting us put the motorboat booth up, because first of all, the Clark Nevada Health Centers loves us.
how did you guys do? How did that work out?
You know what?
We
We've
made
done
over $300.
We've done really
Wow.
well, and we want to put our patent on it so nobody does it next year, because we want to do it again.
Absolutely.
But you know, a shout out to all the ladies that are here that just volunteered their breasts.
You know what? I want to say the same thing.
They volunteered. They voluntarily took off their tops and put stickers on their nipples. I tell you, we had nothing to do with that. It was Julia Sands,
Who is an amazing presenter, by the way.
right?
I think I definitely will be making an executive decision that she should host our awards next
You know,
year.
that would be a great idea, because she
has the
personality plus
Oh,
and the
yeah.
energy. Although Vanessa did do a fantastic job last night, and we were so excited that when we seen Vanessa was going to be performing last night, because
we love
she's
Vanessa.
hysterical.
I love Vanessa as well. We want and big shouts to her because she did a fabulous job. Monica Maserati or Maserati Monica. Yeah, all that. Maserati Monica.
We'll tell you the joke later, but her name is Monica.
Well, she's what do we call her? Golden Girl.
Yeah.
She did a fabulous job. DJ Hex for his music. You know, there again.
Just your crew.
Just the crew. We should do a yearbook signing.
That's a great idea.
We should do a yearbook signing. So, I mean, and you know, the funny thing is we have, I came up with a lot of ideas. Like, we want to do, we wanted to do that this year, where we could, like, renew your vows and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, in the planning, you know, in all due time. But, I don't know where I was going with all of that. I'm so exhausted.
We were taking the girls. I mean, girls were coming
Oh,
up
the
to our
models.
face. Yeah.
You know what? Because we had VIP packages, and gave the guys an opportunity to have a clothed photo shoot with one of the models, and just, you know, it's like a 15-minute thing. You get a couple pics, you know, a few pictures or whatever. And the models were so happy to volunteer. You know, there's some divas in this business that are like, oh, you got to pay me, and, you know, and I understand, you know, this is a business, and I understand that, you know, if you're gonna have to spend time with someone that you don't know in a situation that could be awkward, you want to make sure that, you know, you get paid. I get it, but the girls volunteered and were awesome about it. And, you know, I want to say thank you to all the wonderful models. And you know what? This year was much calmer on the floor. Like, there was no drama. It was just a better atmosphere. And I am in much better spirits, you know, even though I've had very little sleep, hardly eaten.
I remember last year how tired and exhausted when you guys sat down with us and interviewed, and you're a completely different person this time. So.
You know, I've changed. This weekend, I don't know if you've noticed, I've learned a lot. I've come to some realizations, and, you know, like, you know, I was going to retire. I've decided not to.
Oh, nice.
I've decided that there's still some years left in this baby. I'm not ready to trade in my car yet.
You guys should do a GILF award, a GILF movie together. Because aren't you?
I want to do one more video.
We should do a Benji.
Yeah, I want to do. I want to do a GILF video.
Benji does grandma.
Yeah. Oh. Well, and I had talked to Benji about it. So even when he says to me, he goes, "Hey, GILF, when we shooting?" And I want to do one more in my career, you know, and just make it the last and do a GILF video.
I don't know how many I want to do. I know that when I decided to retire, it was a time where I was exhausted. FanFest was coming, and all I could think about was what I needed to do for FanFest. I had some personal things going on. You know, I'm lonely, sexually frustrated. You know what I'm saying? I started working. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of things were changing in my life, but being here and the thing, you know, having models come up to me and tell me how much they admire me and how, like, me recognizing them was such an amazing experience. Like, really? Seriously? I'm just platinum? You know, like, there were girls that came from all over and didn't think I would know who they were. And I know who every model is. You know, when someone's like, who is that? They come and get me, because I am very attentive to making sure that, you know, these girls know that this is their home. And to have a speech where Fran says, you know, I feel like we're a part of a family, you know, and there were girls that said they're part of a family, like, that means a lot to me, you know. It's very emotional. Somebody called me the BBW fairy porn mom or some shit. So
That's fabulous.
I was like, awesome. I need to get some.
You kind of are. You
yeah,
really
you know,
are.
I just care. You know, I really want girls to see that, you know, this business is what you make it. You know, I came from nothing. I came from a silly little website called candieswildgirls.com, and it was super ghetto. It's trashy. It's gross. I look back at it now, and I look at myself now, or, you know, I look back, and I think, wow, I've come so far. And people that knew me back then are like, wow, you know, you just really gone so far with things. And, you know, I mean, this is my passion. This is just what I love. So, yeah. And, you know, what did we say last year? FanFest is the biggest fuck you to haters.
Yes.
And it just keeps getting bigger.
Well, and you know what? Exactly. You've got the ball rolling now, and it's
I can't
gonna
keep up with it.
rolling. Yeah.
I think everybody here had everybody we have talked to loved being here. All the girls, all the fans that sat down with us and talked to us loved the atmosphere. They loved being here. They loved being able to do and mingle with everybody that they were able to. So
It's great.
Yeah.
You know, the sacrifices are so worth it.
Yeah.
The sacrifices are so worth it. I mean, at the moment, it doesn't
I'm
seem
going to
like it.
remind you that in about April or May next year, okay? Remember, the sacrifices are worth it, Platinum, okay?
Because, you know, there was a few times I was like, you know, fuck it, let's just cancel. I mean, seriously, there was some really stressful times in trying to plan this and just really trying to figure out what was going to work and what wasn't going to work. And, you know, Desiree is very controlling. She has a vision, and she wants, you know, and I understand we both have visions and they're kind of different, so it's difficult to work with, you know, and it's in any partnership, you know, not everybody agrees on everything. And I'm coming into my womanhood of, I'm always the yes girl, try to make everybody happy. And, you know, I guess that's what makes me good at this, is because when people get here, they know that I'm going to make sure that I fix their problems, and, you know, I'm going to try to do the best that I can to give you what you need, and, you know what I mean, make you feel welcome.
Then that makes a good team, because you pick up one part of the action and she picks up the other part
Well,
of the
it does
action.
when, you know, when it happens the way that it's supposed to, you know, and I understand, you know, Desiree has a vision, and, you know, we just have to make it work. We have to compromise. That's what we're learning, is compromising. Is just,
After doing this for 2 years, next year should be a piece of cake.
well, this year was much better.
I agree.
I mean, that's why I'm able to, you know, I had a meticulous schedule yesterday. I had my makeup done before I came to the floor. My hair was prepared. I was walking around with my pin curls
on.
which was the best thing I could have done for my hair, because it let it set all day.
It looked great last night. It did.
And, you know, I just went and got my makeup and hair touched up. It took 15-20 minutes. I came back. I was ready for red carpet, you know, and hopefully soon we'll be able, you know, to relinquish the volunteers and start employing people. But, you know, until we get things up a little bit more in a few more years, we're just going to have to wing it.
Well, you guys are winging it well.
And you know what? Nobody out here, or no fans that have been here, went, oh, they just wing this. Nobody knows that. You know that. All we see is an
Everyone is
awesome
impressed
event.
with the way it came out.
Yeah, and all we see is the awesomeness of the event, the fun everybody had. So nobody knows that you winged it.
Yeah, Desiree and I spent countless hours prior to the show, because, you know, we're organized to an extent, but, you know, we've got a lot of other things going on, so it was hard because we drug our feet on a few things, and, you know, but that's the funny thing about when the show actually unfolds, is like nobody else knows that. Oh, we've got calls coming in. Sorry. So yeah, it's been a fabulous year. We're hoping that the rain will go away so we can go to the pool. It's apparently a torrential down. Yeah, there's a torrential downpour outside. It's storming.
That's fabulous.
So rain, go away, come again another day, and let our fatty fucking asses go out there. And,
for next year, do you know if you're going to be back to back with Well Rounded again?
I think Bree just announced her dates.
She did. It's the 14th of July.
It makes it extremely difficult for us because the week before is 4th of July.
Oh.
The week, but what's the weekend before? Because that's when
The weekend before is 4th of July.
Yeah, if you have to take it, take it.
Oh, can we? Hello? Yes.
So Desiree's still doing some work right now. She's no, she's not. It's not Desiree. This is Platinum talking to her.
Yeah, she keeps getting calls, and that's fine.
Because she's a busy girl.
That's right.
Busy,
And
busy
we were
girl.
able to just steal her away. We saw her on the floor. She was already still taking care of
We
business.
sent Cali guy out. We said, go get her. And he went like a little bloodhound, and he went and got her and brought her back.
You know, since we got this time, let's talk about Cali guy and his skills.
His porn star wrangling skills are fabulous.
He has done such a great job these last couple of days helping us out, and it's just I can't say enough about his ability to do what it is that we need to get done.
Right.
You know, just getting the girls here, and he went and got them and brought them here on time.
He did, and he kept us on time, and he was like, you know, you guys are 10 minutes behind. We'll break right here, and then you do this one, you'll be caught up, but hurry up and get it done. So we can
And
get
he
the
was
next
like,
one.
well, this one I can't find, so I've replaced her with this one.
I know.
He was
Yeah.
just great.
So
fabulous.
shout out to Cali
see
guy.
that?
He's such a great and valuable member of the team now. So I really love that. My silent Mike is back in town. When we do our show tonight, it's going to be a
Tame.
big catch up.
A big catch up.
Big catch up. Well, I've been without my Michael for a week,
That's true.
and then we've got FanFest, and then
Lord,
you guys have your. So that's just my catch up, and then there's your catch up.
We got all kinds of shit to do.
I know.
My
All right.
catch-up is my ass is tired.
Amen, sister. I am really looking forward to well-rounded this week. Being that we don't have to drive back to Florida is so relieving. It'll be nice to have finalized a lot of the business tomorrow and be able to move on to some,
Fun
peace.
stuff.
And
I just want to talk about next year really fast because Bree is doing her event right here at the well-rounded next year will be at the
at the Tuscany, so nobody has to move.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. You just do yours the 11th, 12th, and 13th, and then we just stay in our room.
So what I'm thinking though, I've already discussed it with the hotel, as we're going to sit down with our contract meeting and see if we can come up with a union code so that we can find out to give people that want to stay throughout both events, so they don't have to redo their reservations separately.
Right.
We'll come up with something so that they can have a reservation code for the combined.
great idea.
And then we both should get credit.
That'd be cool.
We'll both get credit. So.
Nice.
I think that would be the ultimate BBW week and a half.
I think we should call it the worldwide BBW takeover.
Yeah.
We called it the Fatty Gauntlet this year.
Is that what it is? The Fatty Gauntlet? So now that we know that the date, the thing that we were talking about though is even though it's the 11th and the 12th, it's still going to have a lot of the 4th of July airline pricing. So we'll look into it. I mean, right now it's just, we now know her dates. We're already talking to the hotel about reserving the weekend before just in case.
You know what I think, really? I think that by doing it back to back like that at the same hotel, I think it's going to bring more people into both events. Because even you guys having it the same, week or within the same 2 weeks, there's people that come to this event that may not necessarily come if Well-Rounded wasn't right after. And there's people that wouldn't necessarily be going over to Well-Rounded had they not been here for FanFest. So I think that's a real good combo for people to be able to do that.
Absolutely. And, I have some big ideas. A lot of our seminars were less adult related and more Tigers came from Oakland and gave a BBW activism and art seminar. We had a lot, and the Cupcake Girls, talked about their organization and what they do. Fuego Fusion did a free seminar on, just tips for belly dancing. I mean, we tried to make this more diverse. We want to appeal to everyone. I understand that the adult thing can be a little intimidating for the average public, but, there's more to us. There's shopping, and we're learning how to sell it to the people, because right now it just looks like it's a adult event. So we want to make sure that, other people can come and, experience the Sin City Bounty Motor Booth and, the empowerment that goes on in the walls of BBW FanFest. So, and we're so excited. There's a lot of people, here's what really, really made me smile today. A lot of the people that came last year.
Oh yeah.
They're repeat customers. Nothing says, thank you like, hello, I'm back again and I can't wait for next year. Like people asking about early bird specials and I can't wait to buy my ticket for next year. They're already, planning paychecks and budgeting. I'm like, seriously? This is awesome.
I am
Trying to figure out how many dollar bills they're going to need for the motorboat booth.
No, I was trying to figure out. Okay, so if I stay at FanFest, I'm trying to figure out how many days I could take like a 9-10 day vacation and stay at the Tuscany the whole time, and how much money am I going to need to do? I mean, I've already had that in my brain.
This is like the ultimate vacation. If we could get the whole hotel like a compound so people could run around naked.
So the BBW FanFest brand will still be on all year long, even though you're just going to be in planning stages. So right after this, there's still BBW FanFest on Twitter, BBW FanFest group and page on Facebook.
We're going to take down the group and just make it a like page. The group wasn't as functional as we'd hoped, but yeah. Absolutely. You can find us all over the internet, BBW FanFest, and if you want to continue or you want to check out what happened this weekend, hashtag BBW FanFest 2013. A lot of people used hashtags, and so you can click on those and kind of find out what kind of shenanigans were going on. And by the way, next year we're looking at Tattle.XXX as a sponsor, thanks to Miss Denise from Naughty PR.
Awesome.
So
Tattle got a lot of publicity because all the girls used the Tattle stickers for their nipple coverage.
yeah, and they're just the right size.
Yeah, they were.
Yes,
These are total like.
There were a couple girls that were afraid they were not big enough, but it worked.
Well, and we went over because the first girl to do that was Julia Sands, and so we went over and we go, oh, we're sorry that we're taking your stickers and use them, and they go, are you kidding? Our name and sticker being used on tits and all filmed the camera. No, take
what we were talking about is that they would have made the logo, the monkey smaller and the Tattle XXX bigger, so that way you could see it better.
Yeah.
So I'm sure this will look different next year.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll bring us some. Hey, these are your nipple covers.
I think that's an amazing idea.
Awesome.
That's an amazing idea. Welcome.
Oh, thanks. I'm just a fill-in today, so I fill in where I can. So
We've all been all over the floor.
We do want to say just thank you so much for all that you and Desiree have done, and you guys did a phenomenal
Thank you
job.
for allowing us to be such a big part, because we really do. It's work for us, but we enjoy it a lot.
When I talked to Daryl about it last year, he wasn't so sure. And it's not because of you guys, but he wasn't really sure. He hadn't had a chance to really get to know you guys. And when I came on the show a couple times, I just saw so much potential. I saw your commitment, your passion, and I just knew that it was a really good fit. And we needed somebody that could get involved that would be just as passionate about it as we were, or I was at the time. So I think it was an excellent decision, and he concurs, by the way. He was like, that was so smart. He was like, that you have this the sense for this, like you just know.
We've gotten some great feedback too from the people on the floor. They're all like, we love Sin City Bounty, and the motorboat booth was a great idea. So we love the stroke, and we're getting
some guy when I was just standing here a minute ago came through, and he was just like motorboat booth and with a big smile on his face. I don't know what he said, but he said motorboat booth, and he was really happy. So we're good.
I think what makes us a little bit different is because number one, we're BBW women, and number two, we love what the girls represent, because you are like the pinnacle of what a strong, independent woman who is taking control of her own life is, and that's what we promote.
Right.
We want women to take control of their own sexuality, take control of your own life. Do what it is that you want to do in your life, and don't take any shit from anybody.
Yeah, I'm learning.
And almost all of these girls, if they aren't there already, are on their way to that. And we love that, and we love promoting that.
I was told today I was a role model.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I feel so special, and I'm like, because I'm just me, I think I'm pretty humble. Sometimes I like the spotlight, but not always. I don't mind, kind of cutting off to the side to let somebody else take a little. I got hot this time. I was like, fuck that shit. After last year, I had 3 pictures on the red carpet. I looked like shit. You know what I mean? I had hardly any pictures from the trade show. This year I stopped. I took pictures with people. I did as much as I could. I made myself, picture ready. I made it to the red carpet. I was the stand-in for everyone that didn't want to go on there by themselves, which made a huge difference. But I didn't want to be in all the pictures because I was like, they're gonna look like I hogged up the damn red carpet. Like, you can't get on my red carpet unless you take a picture with me. That's what it looked like. So I was like, you got to go by yourself.
We didn't take a picture with you though.
I know. Next time I want to make sure that that's organized a little bit more. We got more pictures. The thing is about progress. This time we got a lot more footage. We got the awards recorded, and we have the footage. So, we're one step at a time. Soon, in 5 years, this thing's gonna run like a machine, and
Yeah. Well, we're getting ready to close up our booth. And we very, very fondly, on purpose, made you the last interview because you're the special
We are
one.
still going to do our show tonight, and we'll be talking about FanFest all night long. So
Yeah, we're going to do our regular show.
You guys are our biggest fans.
We are. We are.
And I'm sad that Desiree's not down here to do the interview with me, but she needs to recuperate. She's had a very long weekend.
Well, we
as
love you
well.
guys. We think you guys are fabulous. And thank you so much for the event.
No
Because if it
problem.
wasn't for you guys, I'm not sure who would have picked up that gauntlet and ran with it, but you guys did it.
I don't know that anybody ever would. It's a lot of responsibility, and I don't think people know.
I will tell you this: from Wendy, because of this event, she has been inspired to do her own event for the TS.
Right. We've talked about it. She's actually she's going to consult with me about giving her some consulting and helping her plan the event, which I am.
And if she does it in Vegas, we'd love to maybe be a part of it.
I would love to be a part of it.
I think back to back with FanFest would be great, and then back to.
I think we should take over the fucking month of July.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, if we could get Comic-Con to come out here, that'd be fucking fabulous. Right? I would, I really so totally wanted to have a Comic-Con BBW section, which Darla keep in her
That's so
suit.
funny because we were all talking last night about what we want our party, because we love to do we love
You
sponsoring
should
the
do
party.
superheroes.
We were thinking about some kind of Comic-Con or Area 51, something a little different.
Nerdy, a little nerdy.
I think you should do Comic-Con.
Well, we have a couple of ideas, so we're going to think about them, ruminate on them a little bit, and then we'll present them and see which ones you guys like.
You should call it Comic-Cuddly.
Oh, that's very cute.
Comic-Cuddly.
Comic-Chub.
Yeah, we could do or something.
Something to the chub, put the C in there. But we'll work it out. We got a lot of ideas. We just want to do. We don't want to do something mainstream that you can go to any BBW event and get, like the Hef Party.
Right.
That was different. So that's we're putting on our thinking caps.
Well, not only that, but a lot of the people that are into a lot of the guys that are into BBWs or just a lot of people. There's a lot of people that really like the Comic-Con concept. They're into the whole nerd thing. I like it. I'm not like a huge
comics. Girls in comics are barely dressed, and it's always tight. How can you not like that?
Oh, come in games, video games.
Right.
Oh, we should do a video game section. I was talking, I really wish I had all the time in the world and all the money to fund all my projects and ideas.
Right.
I was working with a guy to do a BBW game, but it didn't work out because it's just way more complicated than I was prepared. It was too much time, and I was just like, I don't know what to do, so.
Well, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
We look forward to, after you take your well-deserved break and well-rounded, getting in touch with you and seeing what we can do for the next year.
Absolutely.
Excuse me. We want to already start plan a meeting with you.
Absolutely. Let's do that. All right. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for having me, and congratulations on being year number 2 with your second award.
Are you kidding? Tonight on the show, we're already going, remember to vote next year for...
Where do you put the awards?
They're in my office.
We're going to buy a case for them so we can keep all track.
We are going to buy some floating shelves. We're going to display them at the main office of our radio station.
Sierra suggested that we get a cake stand with different levels so that every year, like she's planning like the next 50 years, this is ours, okay? So
at least a dozen for a cupcake stand, right?
Yeah. And just FYI, you don't buy the awards. It's all based on.
We hustled our awards.
You hustle, you participate. I mean, there was much more than just the voting, but it definitely makes a big difference that you guys are involved. So that's our way of saying thank you.
We love it, and thank you so much.
No problem. Until next year.
BBW FanFest 2014.
Let's do that. Sierra, come over here.
Sierra, come here a minute, because we got to include platinum in all of this stuff.
Oh, and Desiree in spirit.
not
All right, for BBW FanFest 2013. This is Alexia.
Sweet cheeks. Mama.
And Sierra.
Well,
And
And Platinum Puzzy.
And Sierra, wishing you all a good night. And remember,
Fuck often.